Hello everyone, this is Stranger Hans here back with another video, and today I'll be unboxing and reviewing the 3.5 foot officially licensed Chucky Doll animatronic, which is being sold at Home Depot this year. When information about Home Depot's 2024 lineup was slowly being revealed throughout the summer of this year, people were speculating what props we could possibly see from them. There were so many different ideas, and with how innovative they can be at times, we assumed, oh, there'd be plenty of servo props and stuff like that. But I was not expecting an actual Chucky animatronic out of all things. Like, this is something I would have expected at Spirit, but to see Home Depot tackling this license is so incredible. And once he is set up, I'll show you just how amazing this guy truly is, because he'll definitely be a showstopper in anybody's haunt or Halloween display this year, and for years to come too. Looks like we have this decently sized shipping box in front of us, but let's get it opened up and see what's inside. So like I said, the box is a pretty good size. At first I didn't think it was going to be this big. I expected something way smaller, but honestly I can't complain because what's inside of it's really awesome. I have to say, out of all the licensed boxes I've seen over the years, this has to be one of the best, even though it's not from Spirit, which is usually known for their great licensed prop boxes. But this, on the other hand, really just captures the essence of Child's Play, and the entire franchise as a whole, which I think is fantastic. I really like the drawing of Chucky that they have on the front, and also on the other sides too. But I also like just the overall aesthetic of it, with the black background, the red text. It all just looks really cool, and kind of gives off this classic horror vibe to it, which I think is amazing. So looking inside, you're greeted with this, which is pretty much just the instructions and Chucky's parts. But something that really stood out was just how small his base is, which, I mean, it does make sense for the character, but I just thought to note that. I know it looks like a crime scene right now, but here's all of Chucky's parts, and there's quite a bit too.
I have had it! That's it! There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I sing it. I'll be back. I always come back. There is a limit to how much I can take. Notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I sing it. Shoot, I'll be back. I always come back. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I sing it. I have had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I sing it. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I sing it. I have had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.
And that was my unboxing, setup, and demo of Home Depot's new Chucky Doll animatronic. And I really have no complaints with this guy. Again, he is fantastic in every single way. The amount of animation this guy has is incredible, especially for such a small prop. Not only that, but just how innovative he is as a whole, and the avenues he paves for the future of the Halloween industry. I think he's a very impressive animatronic. He has fantastic facial movement, the blinking's amazing, the mouth movement looks great, and a huge highlight would have to be the smiling mechanism that they gave him. Sure, there's some uncanniness to it, but I think it works very well for the character. I just think overall this guy's amazing, and definitely worth the $200 that I paid for him. I remember when he was first dropped, there was high demand for him, and I can see why. I mean, sure, people didn't really have a lot of videos of him at the time. There's just the stock video from Home Depot's website, as well as a few other videos. But after seeing him in person, and just judging him for myself right in front of me, I think he's one of the best licensed props we've ever gotten, as a whole. There's just nothing bad to say about him. One slight flaw I've seen across a few models is this squinting problem where the eyes are closed most of the time. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think it's part of the structure, or there's something going on with the wiring or the way the head's programmed. But the main solution to that would be to go to the Seasonal Vision's International Services website. Those are the same people that made Chucky himself, and I recommend contacting them to get a replacement head, because that's actually what I did. Mine had the same problem where the eyelids were just always closed pretty much, but they sent me a new head and everything was fine. That's something I'm hoping they fix on future models. But if you ever run into that issue, then I recommend contacting them and you'll get something that works much closer to how it should. And that about concludes my unboxing on the Chucky prop. So again, would I recommend him? Definitely yes, if you can get your hands on one, because he's really flying off the shelves this year, which is pretty understandable since it's almost like he's gone viral at this point. I see a lot of posts made about him and just how cool he is. So if you're a huge Chucky fan, or just a huge horror movie fan, or, you know, just a Halloween person in general, I would say he's definitely a #1 pick for me. I have no complaints, and overall, this prop is amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you all later.